Hi, good morning. How's everybody doing? This is United States of America. My name is Sarah Renee Norman. I was born February 5th, 1991 as a United States American human civilian. I wear face masks when I travel. I don't like getting around people. I'm kind of a hermit because of national quarantine and local news. I recently moved back to Fayette County, Kentucky to end up in national quarantine hiatus and tied to Commonwealth of Kentucky harassment and nuisance. So I'm like, please pray for my family. I'm in grievance of multiple. One son and one daughter, a Gabriel and Rosemary Norman. As far as I'm clairvoyant, they're gorgeous Caucasian children that are not clairvoyant of half brothers and sisters, let alone the world around them. They do have a bright future, and I wish them the best of luck because I'm biological mama. I'm willing to do genetic testing and anything legal within United States of America to do family reunification if I can afford it. I've been asking everybody to please help this handicapped family, referring to myself, Miss Norman, make magic happen for the sake of the children. I am against forced adoption with no logic explanation and a lot of false information. I do not have anger management issues. I am not physically abusive. I'm not a drunk, druggie, pedophile, sex offender, or on the sex offender registry unless they're talking about victims. And what I've experienced regarding spouse abuse and public cruelty, regarding bully and human characteristics of civilians that I'm not responsible for. They might be family, but I cannot control them. I can only persuade them to a point of view, and even then I can't guarantee that's going to work. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I do not have complete education, so they're holding my education against me. I am not a college student. I am handicapped. I was born with handicap issues. I was not born naturally. I came from a woman that had sudden infant death syndrome and toxic lung syndrome because of tobacco use, and babies kept dying because of natural unexplained causes, is what I was told. I don't have fact from fiction, so I am only going off of rumors and confronting her as I get older. We really don't know what happened to make everything so complicated regarding genetic glitches. But it is a horrible predicament. Facial cranial operation can be inherited regarding mutated genetics, sexually transmitted diseases such as genital warts, herpes virus, and other ailments like common cold and flu, cancer, the stuff that you can never rehabilitate from, is very much inherited. I am fully responsible for the information and the concern regarding the young children that come out of my DNA. I don't know a lot of medical charts. Some of that stuff is withheld from me regarding myself and autobiography and family history and medical charts. HIPAA law rules and regulations are flagging. There's no consent forms regarding a whole graphic autobiography as far as I'm clairvoyant. Norman family regarding senior citizens and biological mother is concerned and trying to be supportive as much as possible. We have been running into communication complications, technology failure, national quarantine, pandemicophobia, leading to a lot of catastrophe and criminal shenanigans within the local jurisdiction, not within the family, that we're not responsible for. It's nobody's fault regarding Norman family. It just is, and it's neighbor. Soap, water, and everything, yes, we have that. We have been undergoing repairs regarding plumbing disorder of the bathroom since we've moved here to 787 Childs Avenue, Apartment 1 in Lexington, Kentucky, United States of America. I am moving from Georgetown, Kentucky, Windsor Springview Apartments is what I said regarding my last advertisement. The place is a lot better in Georgetown, Kentucky, next to Maple Grove, where my dad lives, than it was here in Fayette County next to the graveyard and suburban mobile home park. If Gabriel and Rosemary is to return to my custody, Booker T Elementary would be their first school within biological family, simply because of location. This used to be my old route when I was a little girl. I used to live in the trailer park next to this facility that lives next to a pond and a graveyard that is tied to American history regarding holidays and celebrities and, colonial terms of pilgrims and cowboys and Indians and all that jazz. Theater art shenanigans used to take place here on classic terms regarding big dramatic scenes in abundance. They used to try to make magic happen for the sake of the children and public entertainment. Recently, they have canceled a lot of things and didn't want to do anything because of national quarantine, germophobia, and miscellaneous not meant for the public at this time. I do pray. I do believe in the 10 Commandments of the Holy Bible. I've been very talkative to my children, but they really just want to play with bright, festive toys at this moment, so I've been purchasing first aid kits. I have been alienated and withheld information from everybody, including certain children that claim to be biological descendants of mine. I am very afraid right now because the vaccines are not 100% guaranteed to work and be fully functional. There's been sickness and symptoms leading to death, like sudden infant death syndrome with adults. With that being said, I have not been vaccinated yet, but I've been using a lot of antibacterial soap and water, antibiotics, probiotics, eye drops, sinus-related shenanigans, and multivitamins that boost the immune system for multiple ages. Being quarantined is not fun. It's driving me insane. I'd rather be outdoors celebrating, considering, there's a lot of holidays and it's the springtime shenanigans of a new year. I have not been communicating within my biological family recently simply because of national quarantine and family feuding. This seems to be a little bit blasphemy and old news related, but I'm not a member of the National Guard. I'm nothing important to the White House. I'm just a woman protesting against women and children's rights being desecrated. I believe in American government rules, rights, regulations, the 10 Commandments of the Holy Bible, and handicapped men, women, and children are still human. We are not human punching bags. We are not to be mistreated. We are not to be exposed to inhumanity. You're supposed to be of service to us as much as possible on legal American terms. I am tired of disrespect within public community and told that my American rights regarding civilian rights of any age just doesn't matter. Women and children, no matter their appearance, if they're on the cover of the magazine, extremely wealthy or extremely poor, or have some type of health ailment, we all live by the same rules and regulations of United States of America. It's very important to remember your education, folks. It is okay to communicate, just like puberty, communication, and talking about the changes of the body as you age and become mature adults instead of babies. You need to communicate regarding your allergic reactions, your medical needs, and what is happening currently. I encourage online diaries and documentaries during national quarantine or a sickness or a crisis within the family because a lot of things can go wrong that cannot always be explained. My issue was I am computer retarded. I'm not up to date with the latest trends and fashions regarding modern day technology. And my mother's in the hospital. I do not drive a car. I've been using public transit. I've been cleaning and scrubbing and using ventilations within the rented establishments and exercising civilian rights the best way I can. I'm concerned about sinus inflammatory of my son. I'm concerned about medical needs of each individual that's supposed to be in my custody and on my lease. I'm trying to sort through postal faux pas and glitches right now regarding roommates. I don't have a roommate by the name of Kevin. I don't have a Shelly, and I don't have a Ned. I don't know who these people are, but they've been harassing for years, and I've been telling the Postal Service, these people do not belong. These are non-existent individuals. Recently, I did visitations with Gabriel. Gabriel was wearing black and green. I did videos. Those are all current on this telephone number. And yes, I do want him to have my updated contact information and traveling information, no different than Rosemary Norman and those that are victims of forced adoption within my family. If there's an emergency crisis, I, Sarah Norman, would like to be informed of what's going on. I might not be able to travel and be with you, but I want to know what's happening. Family wants to commute. If there's an emergency, I want to know your location. why it's an emergency, why I haven't heard from you in such a very long time until currently. I'm wanting to know who you are regarding descendants. Personal contact information is highly important, but remember, if it's labeled as public communication, the world can see what you're saying, what you're doing, and what you look like.